Alrighty, ladies and gents, what is going on? We got our Magic Origins box break. It is all filled up, so we are going to break it today. Here we go. Here is the random. We got a rando this. We got Kenneth, Carson, Tim, Josh H, Josh M, and Calvin in this break. The different spots you can possibly get is white, blue, black, red, green, and then the sixth spot is lands, artifacts, and multicolored. So we're going to randomize this. We're going to do it 3 times as we always do. There's 1, there is number 2, and there is number 3. Here we go. We got Josh M all the way down to Tim. Let's get that so you guys can see it out there. Alrighty, there is your spots. We got Josh M with white, Calvin with blue, Kenneth with black, Josh H with red, Carson with green, and Tim with land, artifacts, and multicolored cards. Alrighty, let's get this. If I can get this box open, let's get this box box broke. Let's break it. Let's break it all. Let's break it all. I just gotta get it open now. Gotta be stronger than the box. Stronger than the box. Or not. So here is the box. I'm gonna be getting. Oh man, I forgot the trash can. I'm bad at this. Okay, well, we're gonna go without the trash can. So here we go. We're gonna start with our first pack of Origins, and of course, the Opera token. Of course, the tokens will go to their respective colors. Come on, camera, focus. Oh, I guess not the focus. That's fine. We'll see if we can get through this mighty leap right there. Get through the commons here. 2-drop Mana Dork for elves because they need more Mana Dorks. You know, they don't need Mana Dorks. Then we got our uncommons. Oh come on, Kevin. I believe in you. That should mean something, right? 1 second. Let me adjust. Shouldn't have to, but gosh darn it, this thing will. This thing won't adjust. We'll just have to make it. Or not. That's fine too. Whatever. Dumb things. Technology. Oh, it's a council's recruit. You got Patrick Scryfish. And for our first rare, that's a Battlefield Forge. Battlefield Forge, that is going out to Tim, getting that Battlefield Forge. And we got a Island. Alrighty. Second pack. Knight token. Knight. Sorry, my apologies once again. I wish technology would work a little bit better sometimes. But if we. There we go. There we go. To zoom in. So hopefully it'll focus the cards a little bit better. Undead Servant. Undead Servant, I think, is a pretty lovely card. I think there's other effects in different colors that are like that. Oh, I took too many cards. There was that guy. See, like there's the white version of if you have more than one of this creature, you get to do stuff. Here's our uncommons. Perfect. Blightcaster. Oh yeah. Black white enchantments, dudes. It's coming. And our rare. It's a Will Breaker. I think we got a foil in this pack. We do. I think. Yeah, and all the lands will go to its respective um, colors as well. All these foily ones do. So here's a foily swamp. It's going out to black. So blue rare going out to Calvin, and then black foily land going out to black, which is with its Kenneth. Kenneth getting the foily swamp. Because I think the unfortunate thing is I think that that foily swamp is better than Topter token. Is better than the rare in that pack, which is kind of sad, but happens. I want a touch of Moonglow, in foil at one time, because I feel like one of those that card in foil looks super pretty. I just have a feeling, just like the card design. Undead Servant, pretty. I still think like the type of cards that gain benefits for the multiples that you run, I think are pretty good. But I wish that just to have it be more silly, they could have done. You can have as many as you want in your deck, and they'll just be super silly. Here's our uncommons. Fleshbag Marauder coming back, because I know that's been reprinted a couple times. Here's our rare Thopter Spy Network. Let's go out to blue, which is Calvin. Calvin getting a Thopter Spy Network. Thopter Spies. You get a 1/1 dude. You get a 1/1 flyer, Thopter. Every turn, whenever an artifact, whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deals combat damage to your opponent, you get a draw card. 4 mana in blue. I do not see a reason why that wouldn't be a decent card, because you get a 1/1 flyer that's an artifact which can trigger off the enchantment itself. That doesn't seem bad. Does not seem bad. Send him to sleep. Send him to sleep. Might have Masses. I don't understand why they had to reprint that. Why they had to reprint Might of Masses, especially when they're essentially printing elves. They're bringing elves back in. I think that didn't happen. Just give us another pump spell that's not Might of Masses. Here's our uncommons. Our troll uncommon. Here's our rare Soulblade Djinn. Another blue one going out to Calvin. Calvin getting the blue rares. Calvin got blue last time in our Modern Masters. Modern Masters break, and he just made out like a bandit. I think he got Silly Man got freaking foily. Okay, I forgot. Elemental token. Love me some elemental tokens. Made out with a foil. What was it? Foil Vanillion Click, and that is just bananas. Spider, my spider. Wood Snare. Reef Salt. I feel like that would have been a good card if it was an instant. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. If it was an instant. It's a sorcery. Oh god. Sphinx's Tutelage. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent puts top 2 cards. Bleh. I love it. Even though it's an uncommon even. And it's just ridiculous. Especially for 3. It is just bananas.
Anything good, Layton?
Oh, so far, we got a Vern Wingmare, which is going out to white, which is Josh Mostek.
Nice.
Getting a pretty decent card.
Nice.
It definitely has that. I think so far with that ability on it, non-creature spells get 1 more to be played. Thopter. That's I think the 3rd time that's been printed on a creature. I think the first time was way back when. It was on a white card as well. It was a 2/1 for 3. That had that ability on it. Then we had Thalia. Thalia was a 2/1, 2/1 for 2 with First Strike that had that ability, which is, I think, possibly the best one because it has First Strike and it only costs 2. But this one, I think, definitely ranks in at the second one because I think the old one was. It's the same thing as that Pegasus, except it didn't have flying, and it just, it's kind of meh. Kind of meh. Here's our rare Priest of the Bloodright. That is black. That is going out to Kenneth. The card is definitely not bad. You're getting a 5/5 and a 2/2 for 5 mana. And since you're in black, the downside of that card is your 2/2 you get, you lose 2 life. The longer you have it, you lose 2 life at being your upkeep each turn. But since you're in black, you more than likely have some sort of sack outlet that you can get rid of it. Cause I mean, or it's a chump blocker if they attack. You're essentially just you're playing it to get the 5/5, the 5/5 demon token out of it. That's honestly it's the only reason you're really playing it. I think personally. There is some uncommons. Majoring Network, the colorless storage land that I think is pretty decent. Shadows of the Past, remember Jedi Scry one. It has the ability of each opponent lose 2 life, you gain 2 life. Lose 2 life, gain 3. Dead, 2 life, 2 life. Lose 2, gain 2. And here's our rare. Lenore Waste. Going out to Tim. Tim getting another land. Like the boss. Oh hey, and tip card. Ain't nobody want tip cards. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Another chip card. Ain't nobody got time for that. Here we go. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Another spider. As some of you know, I do collect spiders, and they actually gave me they actually printed a decent spider. It's a 6/6 for 6 that has vigilance. Oh hey, speaking of spider, there it is, 6/6 for 6 with vigilance and reach. That seems pretty solid. I also love this card too, Thunderclap Wyvern, 2/3 with flash for 4. That gives your other flyers +1/+1. I think that's pretty solid. And here's our rare Evolutionary Leap. 2 mana enchantment that lets you pay a green, sack a creature, and you reveal the top card of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that creature in your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. Definitely is a good way to search out things if you just have like a mana, like Mana Dork, for example. You can just sack that, get that out of there, and go see if you can get something better. That's going out to Carson. Carson getting pretty decent card. And another, man, 3 tip cards in a row. Get those tip cards out of here. No, dropping cards. Blue. Then sleep. Yeah. Back to Sphinx's tutelage. When I saw that, I immediately thought of Painter Servant. Oh, took one more uncommon. That's Throwing Knife. Throwing Knife. What is this, Call of Duty? Throwing Knife across the map. Emoji. There's black. There's white. That is a white rare going out to Josh Monstek. Hollowed Moonlight. That is definitely a pretty solid card. Looks like we got a foil too. Looks like Josh Monstek also gets a foily Akroan Jailer. Foilness. But that the Hollowed Moonlight, with the printing of that definitely in a lot of sideboards in Modern to deal with another tip card. Nobody. 4 in a row tip cards. Nobody wants tip cards. Oh, I did it again. Get that. There's another. There's a comment I just kind of threw. But like the hollowed. Like I keep on forgetting the name of it. A little bit. Hollowed Moonlight. So Hollowed Moonlight is going in. I'm pretty sure it's going to go in a lot of sideboards for Modern because of Reanimator. That essentially just it shuts off the Reanimator. They're cheating cards into play, and so since they're not casting it, you can in response when they play their Goryo's Vengeance to put a Emrakul or a Gristlebrand or whatever have you big creature that they have into play. There's Dark Petition. Speaking of Gristlebrand, there's a Gristlebrand on a card, but there's Dark
They still
Petition.
have a Yu-Gi-Oh back here?
Mm-hmm. People just don't like to listen. Dark Petition. That is a black tutor for 5 that if you have Spell Mastery, which is if you have 2 instant or sorceries in your graveyard, you get 3 black mana when it resolves. So it's like you get a you get a tutor, and then you get a dark ritual after. You essentially get a free dark ritual. So the spell just costs essentially at the end it costs 2. Get into the uncommon Sigil of Valor, Hydrolash, Blightcaster, of course, and a rare Embermaw Hellion. I like Embermaw Hellion. It is whenever red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals 1 more damage. It's a 4/5 for 5. It's trample. It's one of the few things nowadays that has trample. And for just like an end, a 4-year token. For like an end game in red decks. If you're playing mono red, I mean it's all your red things deal 1 more damage. I feel like that's pretty good. Another tip card. Get out of here. Oh, I keep on forgetting what I was saying. I think I was going on Sphinx's Tutelage. Gosh darn it. Sphinx's Tutelage. Whenever you draw a card, your opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard, and if they share a color, you get to repeat that process. So when I saw that, here's a rare, another Exquisite Firecraft. 3 mana for 4 damage, and if you have Spell Mastery, it can't be countered. That's pretty decent. I don't know how the modern implications of that in Burn would be, because maybe in sideboard I could see against like the control matchup, because they can't counter it. Because more than likely you'll have Spell Mastery up a lot of the time. Laughter. I don't know. We'll see. It came out yesterday, so we'll see the implement. I can't talk. How it works in Burn, see if they try it out. I keep on going past Sphinx Tutelage. I just can't get over it. It's just I want to use it in some dumb deck, and I want to combo out. Well, not really combo out with it, but I want to do silly things with it. Chiefs of the Foundry, Artifact Lord, Artifact Creature Lord, Painter's Servant. What Painter's Servant is that when you play it, you name a card. Chandra's Ignition. That's cool. It's going out. That is red. That's going out to Josh Hines. Painter's Servant. I believe this is what it does. If I'm wrong, you probably just look it up. But when it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Target opponents non-land cards in target opponents. Uh, uh, all I know is that when you name the color, things that aren't in play, just all cards are of that chosen color. So even if it's multicolored, they're that color. So with Sphinx's tutelage, all non-land cards are uh, are the same color, so it has the more likeliness of the Sphinx's tutelage triggering again. And that it's a bunch of shenanigans. Here's our rare. Phi and Kieran Nalar, Chandra's parents, got their parents right here. The card, out of here. We're getting there. I think we're about halfway down. I think it might be the Goblin token. Speed it up, maybe. See if Elvis Visionary. Oh god, they reprinted Elvis Visionary too. Man, they just giving Elves everything. They got a Lord. They got card draw. They got I think 2 mana dorks. I mean, did we need Elves coming back with Battle of Zendikar coming? Did we really need to do that? I don't know. See, look, there's black green elf, and there's Honored Hierarch, which is not an elf. Thank everything that is not an elf, because we don't need another. This is I don't know. Honored Hierarch has potential, but the only thing is you have to attack with it first in order to get it activated to actually make mana. But after it gets renowned, it's a 2/2 with vigilance that can tap for any color of mana. So the main thing with it is that when it becomes renowned, it has vigilance. So you can still attack with it if you want to, and you can still tap it for mana. So like main phase 1, not just play whatever, like probably not play anything honestly. Then attack with it renowned. Main phase 2, play whatever you want, tap it for mana. Or you can, if it's later in the game, you just leave it up, attack with it, leave it up as a blocker instead of tapping for mana. I mean, just the card, it has potential. It just has to, I think it just has to go in the right deck. Here's our rare. That is a Relic Seeker. 2/2 for 2. When it becomes renowned, you gotta go search for an equipment and put it in your hand. Here's our rare Wild Instincts. It's a little pump spell. Target creature gets +2/+2, and then you get a fight. You get a fight club. And Goblin token. Goblin token. Do. Goblin token. If I can get the card back. Or not. Cards I wish to show you to the masses. Might of the masses. I don't know. Oh hey, speaking of pump spells, we got Titan Strike back again. The Titan Strike I think is pretty good. It's a +3/+1 scry 1 for a red. It's a red pump spell. It lets you scry. It lets you kill things that you can trade up with Titan Strength. I mean, it's a pretty decent card. I like Titan Strength. I Blight Massacre. Give non-elves -2/-2. And Tainted Remedy as our rare for black, which is going up to Kenneth. Tainted Remedy is, I think, a pretty good commander card, personally. I think there's a lot of... That's a tip card. Ain't nobody want tip cards. Tainted Remedy, whenever an opponent would gain life, they lose that much life instead. If I remember correctly, there is a card that has cumulative upkeep. that says target opponent gains 2 life. That has, or what is it? I want to say it says cumulative upkeep, target opponent gains 2 life for each. Is it for? It might be for each age counter. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at this card in ever. But at minimum, it gains 2 life for each at the beginning of your upkeep for a cumulative upkeep. So if you have the dark what is it, the remedy out, your opponent loses 2 life at the beginning of your upkeep every turn. And I feel like that card can be abused a lot. I don't know all the cards that make your opponent gain life, or at least like the cards that say target player gains life. Like that's also a thing. Bloodcurse Knight, 3/2 for 3. That if you control enchantment gets +1/+1 and has lifelink, so it'd be a 4/3 with lifelink. If you have an enchantment, I think that is pretty solid. There's a Caves of Koilos. There's a rare. There's a lands going out to Tim. Tim getting Caves of Koilos. I think he's up to 3 lands now. That's pretty solid. And Soldier Token. I feel like Dark Remedy has some potential. I really do. But I only think its potential is in Commander. Ooh, awesome. Angel Token. Angel Token is white, which is Josh Mostek. Josh Mostek's going to be getting the Angel Tokens. Soldier Tokens and Knight Tokens, I believe. Artifact's getting the Thopter. Green is getting Elemental. Red is Goblins. Black is Zombies. And blue... I don't think... Does blue even have any tokens? I could be wrong, but I don't think they have tokens in this set. If I remember. I don't remember seeing a blue card that makes dudes. And here's our rare Angel of Tides. Is it Tides? I think it's Tides. Archangel of Tides, which is white. It's going to Josh Mostek. I love the crap out of this card. It's just, I play Pillow Fort, like a version of Pillow Fort, and this card it's Pillow Fort on a stick. That has flying. It's 3/5 for 4. I like the card. I Archangel of Tides. If I can open this back. I don't know. There's at our store. There's two Pillow Fort players. There's me. I play the 3-color Esper version of it, and it's okay. It's not the greatest. Then we have Brian Schweitzer, who plays the mono white version of it, and I think it might have a place in it because it's a 3/5 flyer for 4, and it's all white, so it'd go great in his deck. And it turns, I think there's a Heliod in his deck as well, so I mean it turns on Heliod I think right away. Honestly, no, because it's 3 white. Yeah, so it'd be up to 4 if there's Heliod. And then Erebos' Titan. Erebos Titan, which is black, going out to Kenneth. This card is Bananas. 5/5 for 4. If your opponent has no creatures, it is indestructible. And it can come back. Whenever a creature card leaves an opponent's graveyard, you may discard a card. And if you do, return Erebos Titan from your graveyard to your hand. I love this card. I love it. And that is a foily Grepher Aether Grid, which is tap 2 artifacts you control and deals 1 damage to target creature or player. And a mountain. And it's a card that nobody cares about. I don't know. I like Erebos Titan. I feel like it can be pretty powerful in like a control like a mono black control shell or show. I just keep talking. Or so or something like that. Something with black. I think it might have to be like primarily black. I mean, it might be able to splash something, but or at least have a decent amount of dual lands because Erebos Titan is 3 black and a colorless. Like that's the main issue is that it's 3 black and usually two color, like it'll be pretty hard in like three color decks, but in two color decks, I think it has the potential of being implemented because you have duels. Um, but Knight of the White Orchid, going out to white, Josh Mostek. I like this card too. 2/2 for 2, Knight with first strike. If you're when you're about to battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a plains card, put it onto the battlefield. So it's like a white ramp. And it says plains card, which is the other interesting thing about it. So if you're playing it in other than standard, if you're playing it in modern, it'll let you go search for any shock land. If you're playing in Commander, it lets you go search for any shock land or any original duel because it says plains card. So that's I'd say that's pretty solid for two mana for 2/2 with first strike. So I mean it immediately trades up with anything that has 2 toughness, even if it like it's just first strike. I'm a huge fan of first strike. Back when I played when I first started playing in Innistrad, I played black red vampires. That is a hangerback walker, which is an interesting card. It gets you Thopter tokens when it dies. That is black. It's going out to Kenneth. When I first started playing was in Innistrad, and I played black. I was the guy. I played black red vampires, and I know some people disagree, but I feel like they were strong. I feel like the first strike aspect of it made my trades made my trades in combat so good because I can multi-block their big creature. Oh, hey, look, I'm taking cards. I can multi-block big creatures. I don't lose anything. The first strike is just super good. I don't know. I might be completely wrong too, but I firmly stand behind my vampires because that's just what I played. Oracle Vor looks like that is a white rare, which is Hixus Prison Warden. White, it's got Josh Mostek. And that is a Reeve Soul Foily. That's super pretty. Pretty card. No, you can't, doesn't really do it justice for the cards on here, but that is okay. That is black, so that's going out to Kenneth as well. Oh, darn. Tip card. So, I don't know. I liked my vampires. Just Stormkirk Noble turn 1. The even the activation of can't be blocked by humans. It's kind of a meh ability, but it's super good feels when it actually matters, and it like if your opponent can't deal with it, it's a win condition because every time it deals combat damage to a player, it gets a 1/1 counter, which is pretty solid. Thopter Engineer, 1/3 for 3. You get a 1/1 dude, 1/1 flyer artifact dude, and artifact creatures you control have haste. Super good card. Shivan Reef, not a land, which is going out to Tim. Tim getting, I think he's up to 4 lands. That is bananas. Yeah, that Thopter Engineer. There's a common. I believe it's a 2/3 for 3. 2/3 for 3 that does the exact same thing that gets you a 1/1 dude, but it doesn't give your artifact creatures haste. Personally, I don't know why they printed that card, the common one, when you just play the red one, the uncommon one, which is a 1. Even though it is a 1/3, you still get a dude, but your artifact creatures gain haste. Like, that's super good. So any cards after the fact, any artifact creatures, they have haste. I mean, that's just redunculous. Here's our rare. That's a Grave Blade Marauder. 1/4 for 3. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, that player loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I feel like that's pretty decent. In a graveyard, unlike a not really a mill, but like a self mill sort of thing with like a lots of foily. Somberwald Alpha, green or black rare, of course, is going out to Ken. And our green foily card is going out to green, which is Carson. And like a self mill sort of shell with like Sidisi, like a was it? It's not Abzan. Is it Abzan? No. Was it black, green, blue? I think. I don't even remember these cards. Goblin token. I don't know. I think for that Deathblade, I think that's where that. Oh my gosh, I'm just throwing cards. That's probably where that card would go in the shell, something like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's where things go. Meteorite, super flavor. I love Meteorite. It's such a silly card. Helm of the Gods is the enchantment Cranial Plating. For those who don't know, Cranial Plating is essentially this card, but what up, dog? What's good? What is good, dude? I'm just breaking a box of magic. But Helm of the Gods is essentially what is it? I gotta remember. Thopter token. God, I can't remember. I just lost my train of thought. The train of thought left without me, and it just drove by. It was choo choo. There goes the train of thought. It's gone. It left without me. Here's our uncommons. Oh man, Thopter Engineer. Love this card. Here's our. It's a mythic. It's mythic. Artifact. I feel like this card is super good in Commander. Whenever you gain life, you gain twice as much life instead. And if you draw a card after the first one, you get to draw 2 additional cards. I think that card is pretty good in a commander deck. I feel like it's pretty solid. I feel like that is pretty solid. Tip card. Out of here. Okay, I think we're almost done. We're getting there. Thanks for hanging out as we break this box. Now there's 32 packs of fun that we have to get through. But we getting there. Oh no. Okay. We are getting there. Here is our uncommons. Magnetic Insight. Super good card. 1 red. Get a it seems super good. Like what is it? Not in Storm. Is it in Storm? Storm or Burn? I honestly don't know exactly, but Storm or Burn, I feel like that go immediately in. Flame Shadow Conjuring, red rare, going out to Josh H. Artifact, Thopter token. The Thopter tokens in this set they look weird, but I think Thopters in general are weird cards. And the thing about it though is that we haven't hit any walkers in this yet. Like Blood Curse Knight, love this card. We haven't hit any walkers yet, which is interesting. Guy's Revenge, the big green, big green creature, 8/5 for 7, can't be countered, has haste, and can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities from non-green sources. So this is all green all the time. All green, all the time. Does not like anything but green. Because it is Gaia's Revenge. It is Gaia, the Earth, coming out to haste your face and deal you 8 damage. That's what Gaia's Revenge wants to do. It wants to hit you in the face because you're doing bad things to the Earth. So it's Gaia's Revenge coming out to bash you in the face. Here's our last uncommon. This uncommon, Shaman of the Pact, is it's super good. It's super good for elves. Here's our speaking of planeswalkers that we haven't gotten. There's a Nissa, which is green. It's going out to Carson. Carson getting a Nissa. That's pretty solid. So that was a pretty decent pack. Shaman of the Pact and Anissa. I feel like that's I don't know. I don't know if elves in Modern would play that card because oh god, I guess stand up. Like it's 3 mana, so I mean it's not that mana intensive, but I just don't know because I don't like. Maybe I think it'd be a decent card. For 3 mana, when it enters play, was it target opponent? Or target opponent, each opponent loses life equal to the number of elves you control. Usually in Elf Ball in Modern, or Elf decks in general, they have like 1 million elves. Like there's a gajillion. Oh hey, Starfield and Nyx. I actually like this card because I play I play Pillow Fort, and so does Brian. But I think Brian and I definitely enjoy this card a lot. It's a Lulz card. It definitely goes in Commander. As white, that is going out to Josh Mostek. It's just super silly. Super silly tools. Oh, see. Oh yeah, elves. That elf, Shaman of the Pact. Shaman of the Pack, I guess. In Elf Ball, I think turn 3, most of the time you have, I want to say you have like 3 or 4 elves. So I mean, that's what is it? 5, like, and then when it enters play, it counts itself. So, oh yeah, Languish. Languish is pretty solid. Blackboard White that we haven't had in forever. It only is -4/-4. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't get rid of everything, but I think it gets rid of a lot of early, like against aggro decks, it completely shuts down aggro because by turn 4, if you have a Languish and you're facing aggro, all you have to do is get to turn 4 and have a Languish, and you'll more than likely win the game if your opponent committed to the board just to kill you. I don't know. I think Languish is a pretty solid card. I don't know how well it'll do in Eternal formats with Damnation still a thing. I think always Damnation over Languish because Damnation destroys all creatures and they can't be regenerated. Costs the same, but it says destroy all creatures and they can't be regenerated. That's pretty solid. So I don't think anything will trump that until they decide to reprint it. Let's get this back card out of here. That's a tip card. Nobody cares about tip cards. Hey, we got another one. We had this earlier, actually. We got another one, which is interesting. Wait. Oh god. That's a double mythic pack. Oh wait, that's a foily! I didn't even realize this. That's a Foilia archive. That's a Gideon. I think that's a pretty solid pack. I didn't even realize that that archive was Foilia. So this pack, Tim getting that artifact, and White Josh Mossack getting that Gideon Walker. That's I'd say that's a pretty solid pack. That is pretty solid. I didn't realize that. You can't really see just cards up here. You can't really tell if they're foiled or not. Well, I guess there's a little tin on it, but I mean you can't tell immediately. Oh yeah, Chandra one. Oh, honestly, I don't know what we're gonna do with emblems. Because they're not really artifacts. But I think since it's a Chandra emblem, I think we'll put it with the red, because that just makes sense. But if you guys don't agree, definitely say something on like the post on Facebook or something. But I think that's what we'll do with the emblem, is just put it with red because it's Chandra's. That's probably what we'll do if we do another Origins for the emblems, is just put it with Infinite Obliteration. I think that is a pretty interesting card. You get a name a creature card, and you get to search your opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for that card, for any number of them, and you get to exile them. So I don't know. Again, in Modern, I don't know how relevant that is when there's other cards that do the same thing. But I think in Standard, I think it's pretty solid for again, it's in black. It's double black, so. I don't know. I think the only place it really has would just be in a primarily black deck, like again, like a control something. Sword of the Animist artifact going out to Tim, getting the Sword of the Animist, sword coming out of that staff. And I feel like, oh, another tip card. I don't care the tip card. And I feel like with this card, I think telegraphs that Landfall is coming back in Battle for Zendikar in the next set, just because of the ability. Whenever equipped a creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield. And there's other cards in this set that have, that are the ramp spells. But I feel like Landfall's coming back. I want it to come back. I want reprinted Bloodghast. I want my Bloodghast because vampires. But we're almost. This is actually the last pack. Oh wait, I think that's the first zombie token we got in this box. That's silly. All right, so the last pack. Let's get some hype for the last pack. Here we go. Doop. We go commons. And our first uncommon. 2 Knight's Valor. Here is our final rare of the pack. This is a Yavimaya Coast. Yavimaya Coast land going out to Tim. So that is an empty box of Magic of Origins, and that is the end of the break. For those of you who, I'm probably gonna upload this to YouTube, so you guys get to watch it on there. I'll post it to Facebook so everybody else can see it. If you guys are wanting to do more breaks like that, definitely get on our Facebook page, GI Card Shop Magic the Gathering, for more Magic breaks if you want to get in on some of those. Definitely go on there. If you're really actively interested in it, definitely post on there. Message me. I'm Leighton or Gary about box breaks. We are definitely not opposed to doing box breaks. They're fun. They let people get cards without spending bunches of money. Yeah, we will see you guys next time for our next break. We'll get the sword and get it out to you guys. So see you later. Bye bye.